All right, page 72. First, she had a great abundance of hair, flowing and curling, dispersed and scattered above her divine neck. On the crown of her head she bare many garlands interlaced with flowers, and in the middle of her forehead was a plain circlet in fashion of a mirror, or rather resembling the moon by the light it gave forth, and this was borne up on either side by serpents that seemed to rise from the furrows of the earth, and above it were blades of corn set out. Her vestment was of finest linen, yielding diverse colors, somewhere white and shining, somewhere yellow like the crocus flower, somewhere rosy red, somewhere flaming. And, which troubled my sight and spirit sore, her cloak was utterly dark and obscure, covered with shining black, and being wrapped round her from under her left arm to her right shoulder in a manner of a shield. Part of it fell down, pleated in most subtle fashion, to the skirts of her garments, so that the welts appeared comely. Here and there upon the edge thereof, and throughout its surface, the stars glimpsed, and in the middle of them was placed the moon in month, which shone like a flame of fire, and round about the whole length of the border of that goodly robe was a crown of garland, wreathing unbroken, made with all flowers and all fruits. Things quite diverse did she bear, for in her right hand she had a timbrel of brass, sistrum, and a flat piece of metal carved in manner of a girdle, wherein passed not many rods through the periphery of it, and when with her arm she moved these triple chords, they gave forth a shrill and clear sound. In her left hand she bare a cup of gold like unto a boat, upon the handle whereof in the upper part, which is best seen, an asp lifted up his head with a wide swelling throat. Her odoriferous feet were covered with shoes interlaced and wrought with victorious palm. Thus the divine shape, breathing out of the pleasant spice of fertile Arabia, disdained not with her holy voice to utter these words to me. Behold, Lucius, I am come. Thy weeping and prayer hath moved me to succor thee. I am she that is the natural mother of all things, mistress and governess of all the elements, the initial progeny of worlds, chief of the powers divine, queen of all that are in hell, the principal of them that dwell in heaven, manifested alone and under one form of all the gods and goddesses. At my will, the planets of the sky, the wholesome winds of the seas, and the lamentable silences of hell be disposed. My name, my divinity, is adored throughout the world in divers manners and variable customs, and by many names. For the Phrygians that are the first of all men call me the mother of the gods of Pessinus, the Athenians, which are spring from their own soil, Cecropian Minerva, the Cyprians, which are girt about by the sea, Paphian Venus, the Cretans, which bear arrows, Dictanian Diana, the Sicilians, which speak three tongues, Infernal Proserpine, the Eleusinians, the ancient goddess Ceres, some Juno, other Bellona, other Hecate, other Ramenutia, and principally both sort of the Ethiopians, which dwell in the Orient and are enlightened by the morning rays of the sun, and the Egyptians, which are excellent in all kind of ancient doctrine, and by their proper ceremonies accustomed to worship me. Do call me by my true name, Queen Isis. Behold, I am come to take pity of thy fortune and turbulation. Behold, I am present to favor and aid thee. Leave off thy weeping and lamentation. Put away all thy sorrow, for behold the healthful day which is ordained by my providence. Much the same prayer is found in Latin in the 12th century English. Herbal. Earth, divine goddess, mother nature, who dost generate all things and bringest forth ever anew the sun which thou hast given to the nations, guardian of the sky and sea, and of all gods and powers, through thy influence all nature is hushed and sinks to sleep. Again, When it pleases thee, thou sendest forth the glad daylight, and nurturest life with thine eternal surety. And when the spirit of man passes, to thee it returns. Thou indeed art rightly named, great mother of the gods. Victory is in thy divine name. Thou art the source of all the strength of peoples and gods. Without thee, nothing can either be born or made perfect. Thou art mighty, queen of the gods. Goddess, I adore thee as divine. I invoke thy name. Vouchsafe to grant that which I ask thee, so shall I return thanks to thy Godhead with the faith that is thy due. Now also I make intercession to you, all ye powers and herbs, and to your majesty I beseech you, whom earth, the universal parent, hath borne and given as a medicine of health to all peoples, and hath put majesty upon, be now of the most benefit to humankind. This I pray and beseech you, be present here with your virtues, for she who created you hath herself undertaken that I may call you with the goodwill of him on whom the art of medicine was bestowed. Therefore grant, for health's sake, good medicine by grace of these powers aforesaid. How the god of medicine was named in the 12th century pagan England. How the god of medicine was named in 12th century pagan England is difficult to determine, but he clearly stood in the same relation to the goddess invoked in the prayers of Asclepius, originally stood to Athene, Thoth to Isis, Asmund to Ishtar, Dianaket to Brigit, Odin to Freya, and Bran to Danu.